Chapter 2, the 5 financial IQs. There are 5 basic financial IQs. They are making more money, protecting your money, budgeting your money, leveraging your money, improving your financial information. Financial intelligence versus financial IQ. Most of us know that a person with a mental IQ of 130 is supposedly smarter than a person with IQ of 95. The same parallels can be drawn with financial IQ. There can be the equivalent of a genius when it comes to academic intelligence, but the equivalent of a moron when it comes to financial intelligence. Often I am asked what is the difference between financial intelligence and financial IQ. My reply is financial intelligence is that part of our mental intelligence we use to solve our financial problems. Financial IQ is the measurement of that intelligence. It is how we quantify our financial intelligence. For example, if I earn $100,000 and pay 20% in taxes, I have a higher financial IQ than someone who earns $100,000 and pay 50% in taxes. In this example, the person who earns a net 80,000 after taxes has a higher financial IQ than the person who earns a net of 50,000 after taxes. Both have financial intelligence. The one who keeps more money has a higher financial IQ. Measuring financial intelligence. Making more money. Most of us have enough financial intelligence to make money. The more money you make, the higher your financial IQ. 1. In other words, a person who earns $1 million a year has a measurably higher financial IQ than a person who earns $30,000 a year. And if two people each make $1 million a year and one pays less in taxes than the other, that person has a higher financial IQ because he or she is closer to achieving financial integrity by utilizing financial IQ number 2, protecting your money. We all know that a person may have a high academic IQ and be a genius in the classroom, but be unable to make much money in the real world. I would say my poor dad, a great teacher and a hardworking man, have a higher academic IQ but a low financial IQ. He did very well in the world of academia, but he did poorly in the world of business. Financial IQ number 2, protecting your money. A simple truth is that the world is out to take your money, but not all who take your money are crooks or outlaws. One of the biggest financial predators of our money is taxes. Government take our money legally. If a person has a low financial IQ number 2, he or she will pay more in taxes. And an example of financial IQ number 2 is someone who pays 20% in taxes versus someone who pays 35% in taxes. The person who pays less in taxes has a measurably higher financial IQ. Financial IQ number 3, budgeting your money. Budgeting your money requires a lot of financial intelligence. Many people budget money like a poor person rather than like a rich person. Many people earns a lot but fail to keep much money simply because they budget poorly. For example, a person who earns and spends 70,000 a year has a low financial IQ number 3 than a person who earns 30,000 and is able to live well on 25,000 and invest $5,000. Being able to live well and still invest no matter how much you make requires a high level of financial intelligence. Having a surplus is something you have to actively budget for. Budgeting for a surplus is something we will look at in detail later on. Financial IQ number 4, leveraging your money. After a person budgets a surplus, the next financial challenge is to leverage their surplus of money. Most people save their financial surplus in a bank. This was a smart idea before 1971, before the US dollar became a currency. After 1974, workers needed to save for their own retirement. Millions of workers did not know what to invest in. So they invested their financial surplus in a well diversified portfolio of mutual funds, hoping this would leverage their money. While savings and a diversified mutual fund portfolio are a form of leverage, there are better ways to leverage your money. If a person is truthful, he or she has to admit it doesn't require much financial intelligence to save money and invest in mutual funds. You can train a monkey to save money and invest in mutual funds, and that is why the returns on these investment vehicles are historically low. Financial IQ number 4 is measured in return on investment. For example, a person who earns 50% on his or her money has higher financial IQ number 4 than someone who earns 5%, and someone who earns 50% tax free on his or her money has a higher financial IQ than a person who earns 5% and pays 35% in taxes on that 5% return. One more point, many people think that higher returns on investment require higher degrees of risk. That is not true. Later in this book, I will explain how I achieve exceptional returns and pay very little, if anything, in taxes, all will with very low risk. To me, having a well diversified mutual funds portfolio and savings in the bank is a lot riskier than what I do. It's all a matter of financial intelligence. Financial IQ number 4, improving your financial information. There's a bit of wisdom that goes you need to learn to walk before you can run. This is true with financial intelligence. Before people can learn how to earn exceptionally high returns on their money, financial IQ number 4, leveraging your money, they need to learn to walk. That is to learn the basics and the fundamentals of financial intelligence. One of the reasons so many people struggle with financial IQ number 4, leveraging your money, is because they are taught to turn their money over to financial experts, such as their bankers and their mutual fund managers. The problems with turning your money over to financial expert is that you fail to learn, fail to increase your financial intelligence, and fail to become your own financial expert. If someone else manages your money and solves your financial problems, you can't increase your financial intelligence. Actually, you are rewarding other people for theirs instead with your money. It's easy to increase your financial intelligence if you have a strong foundation of financial information. But if your financial IQ is weak, then new financial information can be confusing and have seemingly little value. Remember my example of math geniuses still needing to start with 2 plus 2? One of the benefits of being dedicated to your financial education is that over time you will be better able to grasp more sophisticated financial information, just as mathematicians are able to do complex equations after years of practicing math problems. But again, you need to learn to walk before you run. Most of us have been in class, lecture, or conversation where the information went right over our heads. Or we have been in a class where the information was so complex, attempting to grasp what was being hurt our heads. This means either the teacher is a lousy teacher or the student needs a bit more basic information. Personally, I do pretty well when it comes to financial information. After years of study, I can sit in a room and understand most financial concepts. Yet when it comes to technology, I am a Technosaurus Rex. I'm a dinosaur. I can barely use a cell phone or turn on a computer. Almost everything to do with technology goes right over my head. When it comes to technology, IQ mine is at the lowest. The point is that we all have to start somewhere. If I tried to take a class on website design, I would be in serious trouble. You need to learn how to turn the computer on before you can try to design websites. The basic level of information required to succeed in the class would be above my head. My job in this book is to make financial information as simple as possible. My job is to promote the financial understanding of some very complex financial strategies in this book. My promise is that I write about only about things I have done or I'm currently doing. As you know, there are many teachers and authors who tell you what you should be doing, but don't do what they are advising. Many financial experts and teachers do not really know if what they talk or write about actually works. In other words, many people do not walk their talk. For example, many financial experts advise saving money and investing in a well diversified portfolio of mutual funds. The problem with that advice is most advisors don't know if it will work over time. It sounds good, it's simple to do. It doesn't require much financial intelligence to follow this advice. My question is, will the advice work? Will the financial advisor guarantee you that this strategy will make you financially secure? What if the dollar plunges to zero and wipes out your savings? What if the stock market crashes as it did in 1929? Will a well diversified mutual fund portfolio survive a stock market panic and meltdown? What if inflation goes through the roof because the purchasing power of the dollar plunges and a quart of milk is $100? Could you afford it? What if the US government cannot pay the social security and Medicare costs of its elderly? I cringe whenever I hear a financial expert saying save money and invest in a well diversified portfolio of mutual funds. I want to ask that expert, will you guarantee that this financial strategy will work? Will you guarantee that this financial strategy will keep me and my family financially secure for the rest of our lives? If the financial advisor is honest, he has to say, no, I cannot guarantee that. What I advise you to do with your money will keep you financially secure. I too cannot guarantee that what I recommend will keep you and your family financially secure in the future. There are simply too many changes and surprises ahead. The world is changing too rapidly. The rules have changed and are continuing to change. Expanding technology is turning poor nations into financial powers, creating more rich people and more poor people, and greater financial problems and opportunities. The reason I write, create financial products, and emphasize the importance of the five financial intelligences is because I believe the US and the world are in for an economic upheaval as we have never seen. There have been too many financial problems that have gone unsolved. Instead of using financial intelligence to solve them, we have thrown funny money at them. We have used old ideas to solve modern problems. Using old ideas to solve new problems only create bigger and newer problems. That is why I believe the five financial intelligence are important if you are doing well in a rapidly changing world. Practicing what I preach. I want to assure that I only write what I do or have done. This is why much of this book is written in story form rather than in financial theory. This does not mean that I recommend you do exactly the same, nor does it mean what I do will work for you as well. I want to simply share with you about my experiences, the journey of solving financial problems that I continue to do today. I share with you what I learned with the intent that it will assist you in increasing your financial IQ. Number 5, improving your financial information. I also know that I do not have all the answers. I do not know if I could survive a massive financial disaster. What I do know is that whatever problems or challenges the future holds, I will look at them as simply opportunities to get smarter and increase my financial IQ. Rather than panic, I believe I can adjust and prosper because of my financial intelligence. I wish the same for you. That is why the Rich Dad Company and its products and programs were created. It's not about having the right financial answers, it's about having the right financial abilities. As my rich dad said, answers are about the past and abilities are about the future. We have other IQs. We all are different. We all are different with different interests and dislikes. We have different strengths and weaknesses, with different gifts and geniuses. I say this because I do not think financial intelligence is the most important intelligence. or is the only intelligence. Financial intelligence is simply an intelligence we all need to live in this world. As my rich dad said, rich or poor, smart or not smart, we all use money. So there are many important types of intelligence, such as medical intelligence. Every time I see my doctor, I'm grateful that he dedicated this life to developing his intelligence and his gift. I'm also glad that I have enough money and insurance to pay for whatever medical challenges I may face. To this, rich dad said, money is the most important thing in life, but money does affect everything that is important. When you think about it, money affects our standards of living, health, and education. Studies show that poor people have poorer health, poorer education, and a shorter lifespan. Before going on with the development of our five financial intelligences, I want to be clear that I do not think financial intelligence is the most important of all intelligences. Money is not the most important thing in life. Yet, if you stop and think about it, your financial intelligence does affect many things that are important to you and your life. Other types of intelligence. Today, there are a number of different intelligences we need to survive and thrive in society. Three important intelligences are academic intelligence. Academic intelligence is our ability to read, write, do mathematics, and compute data. This is a very important intelligence. We use this intelligence to solve problems like knowing where and when a hurricane might strike and what kind of damage might be expected. Professional intelligence. This is the intelligence we use to acquire a skill and earn money. For example, a medical doctor will spend years developing this very important intelligence. A doctor's skill will earn them a substantial income and solve many people's problems. In simple terms, professional intelligence is the intelligence we use to solve people's problems, and people are willing to pay money for those solutions. If my car is broken, I am very happy to pay money to the auto mechanic who fixes my car. I'm also very happy to pay my housekeeper money. She solves the big problems of my wife and me. She's important in our lives. In my business, I have different people who manage different aspects of my business. These individuals tend to have great people skills as well as great technical skills. These people and their varied intelligences are essential to my businesses. An important lesson from Rich Dad was that different businesses require different technical intelligences. For example, in the Rich Dad company, I need people with excellent business and people skill. In my real estate businesses, I need people with technical skills such as licensed plumbing and electrical professionals. Health intelligence. Health and wealth are related. Healthcare and consequently health is rapidly becoming the biggest problem facing our world. Social security is only a 10 trillion dollar problem. Medicare is a 64 trillion problem. As you know, there are many people getting rich by making other people sick. The junk food, soft drinks, cigarette, alcohol, and prescription drugs industries are a few examples. And the cost of these health problems are passed on to you and me in the form of taxes. A few months later, I went to a boys and girls club to assist in their financial education program. It was an eye-opening experience. Talking to the staff dentist, I learned that the main reason inner city kids miss school is because of toothaches. The cause of the toothaches is sugar drinks and a lack of dentists. This leads to poor health and obesity, which can bring on diabetes. Personally, I think it's tragic that US spends billions fighting a war yet does not provide health education and health care for all kids. My point is we need different types of education and intelligences to do well in this brave new world we live in. While I do not think financial intelligence is the most important intelligence, it does affect everything that is important. Not everyone needs financial intelligence. If you're fortunate enough to have inherited a fortune, you do not need much financial intelligence as long as you hire people who do. If your plan is to marry for money, again, you do not need much financial intelligence. Or if you were born talented and the world showers you with money at an early age, you do not need much financial intelligence unless you are MC Hammer. Also, you do not need much financial intelligence if your plan is to work for the government and receive a pension for life, or if you work for all an old industrial age company like General Motors that still has a defined benefit pension plan that will pay you a paycheck and medical benefits for life. If you are like most people, you will need some financial intelligence to survive in today's world, even if your plan is to live a social security and Medicare. In fact, you may need a lot of financial savvy if your plan is to live on a small amount of money. Who needs the most financial IQ? When we examine the cash flow quadrant pictured below, it will become easier to understand who needs the most financial IQ. For those who may not have read my second book, that in the Rich Dad series, Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant, I will explain briefly. The cash flow quadrant is about the four different groups of people who make up the world of money. E stands for employees, S stands for small businesses, self-employed or specialist, B stands for big businesses, 500 employees or more, I stands for investor. For people whose career path is in the E quadrant, they may not think they need much financial intelligence. The same is true for those who are in S quadrant. E for employees and S for small businesses. My poor dad, as a school teacher in the E quadrant for most of his life, did not place much value on financial intelligence. This is until he lost his job and entered the world of business. In less than a year, his savings and retirement were gone. It's not for financial security and Medicare, he would have been in serious financial trouble. My mom, being a nurse, wanted me to become a doctor. She knew I wanted to be rich, and the richest people she knew were doctors. She wanted me to stake my chain in the S quadrant, that is for the small businesses. Obviously, those were the days where before malpractice insurance cost went through the roof. Again, being a nurse, she did not see much need for financial intelligence. Her solution for me was to simply get a high paying job. As you know, there are as many people with high paying job who have no money. If you want to be an entrepreneur who builds B quadrant business or a professional investor in the I quadrant, financial intelligence is everything. For those in the B and I quadrants, financial intelligence is essential because it's the intelligence that gets you paid. In the B and I quadrants, the higher your financial intelligence is, the higher your income will be. A rich dad said to me, you can be a successful doctor and be poor. You can also be a successful school teacher and be poor. But you cannot be a successful entrepreneur investor and be poor. Success in the B and I quadrants is measured in money. That is why financial intelligence is so important. In summary, after 1971, the dollar turned into a currency. In 1974, businesses stopped paying employees a paycheck for life. As a result of these two major changes, financial intelligence become more important than ever. While financial intelligence is important for everyone, it's even more important for certain people, specifically for those who plan on staking their professional claims in the B and I quadrants. One of the reasons our school systems do not teach students much about money is because most school teachers operate from the E quadrant. Thus, our schools prepare people for the E and S quadrants only. If you plan on operating out of the B and I quadrants, then the five financial intelligence is essential, and you won't learn them in school. Financial intelligence is the intelligence we use to solve our specific financial problems, and financial IQ measures or quantifies our results. Now we will explain each financial IQ separately.